Spencer, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Couldn't you find a picture with a tie? You were wearing a tie?
We are live.
For what?
You looked like you were directing traffic or filling sandbags in that picture.
I think I was.
We are live.
2 minutes.
I'll just make sure it's live 2 minutes.
Oh, did we just lose him?
Nope.
It's too bad you aren't here, Spencer.
Why's that?
Because I wore my Johnny Cash outfit.
He's the man in black.
I couldn't find a guitar though.
Thank God.
I'm just gonna go by the time that's on James's computer.
What time is he?
He's at Silver Star near Vernon.
Call the meeting to order.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'd like to acknowledge that the Smokemean Valley on which we learn, work, and organize is the ancestral and traditional unceded territory of the Smokemean people and is home to the Upper Smokemean Indian Band. Item 2 is adoption of the agenda that council dropped the July 19th, 2023 regular meeting council agenda.
That motion, Miss.
Councillor Willis, Councillor McLean second. Call question, all in favor. Carried. Adoption of the minutes of the July 5th regular meeting of council. Get a motion. Councillor McLean,
Second that.
Councillor Willis. Call the question, all in favor. Carried. And then no petitions or delegations. There was nothing out there, was there, Carrie? Unfinished business, none. Staff reports, none. And council reports. So we'll go with Councillor McLean.
Relatively nothing to report other than I'm continually amazed by the speed with which these companies are able to put down paving on our community, take up the old stuff and put down the new stuff. And there's an awful lot of paving been done in a relatively short period of time with not a lot of disruption to traffic and that sort of thing. Except for the day when the Coquihalla was closed and we had every person in British Columbia going through town. It was a little hectic. Anyway, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Willis.
Yeah, no, I agree. It all looks good, and we haven't, and there's other projects look like they're getting to be finished and almost. So it'll be nice. And that's all I got to report.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Coyne.
I took a holiday, so I'm a little bit behind. But I'm just coming home from a SILGA meeting at Vernon, so we did some strategic planning there, and we're hoping to do some more advocacy on behalf of SILGA members. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you. And then I have nothing further to report, so we'll go to item 8, correspondence receive and file. We have a letter from the City of Surrey, Office of the Mayor Brenda Locke, and the recommendation is that it be received and filed. Councillor McLean
So second.
and Councillor Willis. Call question, all in favor. Carried. And then correspondence action requested. 9.1 is a letter from the Country Kitchen. The request is to have water and sewer rates waived for a total of 3 years, starting in 2021. And the recommendation is that council deny the petition from Country Kitchen for relief of water and sewer rates. And any questions or comments on that?
Did you want me to speak to that?
Oh, sure, James, you can speak to that.
Usually after we do that. So, thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. So, council received a letter asking that the water rates be removed for 2021, 2022, and 2023 from the Country Kitchen on Vermilion Avenue. We have been very consistent in our messaging with water rates that the only way we discontinue water due to the way the bylaw is written, that we bill on the provision of water services whether water is used or not, that the water be capped and the service be completely disconnected for the service to be removed. That was not done in this case. They did have the option of hiring a local plumber that could have come and done it for them, but they did not. And it would, in the opinion of staff, cause a pretty large Pandora's box to open up from all the people we have denied over the last couple of years with COVID and the flood and everything else for the same kind of relief. So we're asking council to maintain the status quo and deny this request.
So we haven't given it to anybody else.
That's right. In a lot of cases with the flood,
I'll move that.
yeah, with a lot of cases with the flood, insurance companies picked up the cost to cap if necessary, because it's a requirement to turn the water off to repair the house. So.
Okay, Mayor Coyne has moved that motion. Does anybody have any more questions? He said it. I just, before we go further, was there a request earlier, or is this their first request?
This is their first request.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so does anybody want to second that?
So second,
Councillor McLean?
it seems as if we don't have a choice, and yet the plaintiff did have a choice.
Yeah.
He could have went and got his disconnected and as a result no water charge. And we are bound by the bylaw that we live under, so I second it.
Okay. One other comment, could we reply back to them that that is their option going forward, that they could, for future years, cap it to avoid?
We can respond.
Okay. Okay, so call question, all in favor? Carried. 9.2 is National Drowning Prevention Week. The recommendation is that council proclaim the week of July 16th to 22nd, 2023 as National Drowning Prevention Week in the town of Princeton. And then I do have a proclamation to read. It's whereas the mission of Life Saving Society Canada is to prevent drowning throughout this great country, and even one drowning in the province or territory is one too many. And whereas most drownings are preventable in a water-smart community, and only through water-smart education and the healthy respect of the potential danger that any body of water may present, can we genuinely enjoy the beauty and recreation opportunities offered by these bodies of waters. And whereas the Life Saving Society urges Canadians and residents of the town of Princeton to supervise children who are in and around water to refrain from drinking alcoholic beverages while participating in aquatic activities, and to always wear a life jacket when boating. And whereas the United Nations General Assembly passed the UN Resolution on Drowning Prevention, A75L76, and named July 25th of each year as World Drowning Prevention Day. And whereas Life Saving Society Canada has declared July 2023 as National Drowning Prevention Week to focus on the drowning problem and the hundreds of lives that could be saved this year. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Deputy Mayor Barb Gould, do proclaim July 16th to 22nd, 2023 as National Drowning Prevention Week in the town of Princeton, and do commend its thoughtful recognition to all citizens of our community. Anybody make a motion?
Make that motion.
Councillor Willis. Councillor McLean.
When does the mayor decide to be away? Not having to read all that.
So call the question, all in favor? Carried. Okay, so bylaws and resolutions. 10.1, the zoning amendment bylaw 1039-2023. The recommendation is that zoning amendment bylaw 1039-2023 be adopted. And did anybody want to speak on that?
This zoning amendment is for comprehensive development on Tapton Avenue. I was given third reading on July 5th and received Ministry of Transportation approval on July 7th. So coming forward for adoption.
Final approval.
Make that motion, Ms. Mayor.
Councillor Willis, move that. Councillor McLean, second. Any questions?
Yeah, what are we actually doing here?
Councillor McLean.
What's happening?
What's the development?
Yes.
It's a front back duplex with access off the lane behind Tapton Avenue.
Right?
It's a small, substantially small multifamily zone lot currently. Too small essentially to meet any of our current multifamily zones. So they've requested a comprehensive zone to fit the multifamily unit still on that small lot.
So are we increasing residences? Possibility?
Yes, they're finding a way to
Add density.
add density to that small town center lot.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you have a question, Mayor Coyne?
No,
Okay, so I'll call the question. All in favor? Carried. It is adopted. And then item 11, new business, there's nothing. And then agenda conclusion. So the recommendation is that the meeting be closed to the public for the purposes of considering the following. Under 90.1E, the acquisition, disposition, or expropriation of land or improvements. If the council considers that disclosure could reasonably be harm the interests of the municipality. And under 90.1K, negotiations and related discussions respecting the proposed provision of a municipal service that are at the preliminary stages and that in the view of the council could reasonably be expected to harm the interests of the municipality if they were held in public. So I have a motion closed. Councillor Willis, Councillor McLean, call question, all in favor. Carried. And then the meeting is closed.